Good morning, everyone. High school is a journey with many obstacles. In high school, we learn things about ourselves, our interests, and hopefully we are able to figure out our future plans. After her first day of high school, my younger cousin Nina said, "Freshman is like walking into a world where you are unknown, confused, and all alone." My first day of freshman year wasn't scary like Nina's. Because of our class size here at Collegiate, I already knew half of the students in my graduating class. Looking back at my previous years at Collegiate, freshman year felt much like middle school. The only differences were we were no longer the top dogs of the school. Classes were more challenging and we had a little more free time. My focus during freshman year was on my friends. I wanted to make long-lasting memories that I would keep with me forever. Freshman year was when I met one of my school moms, Miss Scharfenberger. I even signed up to take a particular class just to have her as my teacher again sophomore year. And that just had to be the year she stopped teaching that class. But it was all good in the end because she was stuck with me for the rest of high school, becoming my advisor. School started getting harder during my sophomore year when I decided to take my learning up a notch. I began taking more challenging classes to expand my learning. When deciding to take on more challenges, I really needed an adult I could talk to other than my parents, and that person was Miss Scharfenberger. Miss Scharfenberger became that person that I was missing in my life. She has been there for me and has kept me afloat for the past few years. As my advisor, she dealt with my cranky attitude in the mornings, and I'm so very grateful for that. Without you, Mama Scharf, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. I want to let you know how much I appreciate you and how grateful I am to have you in my life every day. I already miss seeing you daily, and I'm going to miss you when I graduate. But all that means is that I'm going to be FaceTiming you and blowing up your phone a lot more. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting up with me and supporting me throughout these years. Another person I would like to show gratitude to is Miss Martin. Miss Martin puts a smile on my face every time I see her. She has the inside scoop of my life and keeps it real with me, which I have needed many times. She hasn't and will never lie to me. She will always make time to hear about my problems, whether they're big or small, and she always makes my day more joyful. As a result, I found myself spending every break in her room until she would come and kick me out so that I wouldn't be late for my next class. She has pushed me to make some tough decisions and has opened my mind to the world. Miss Martin, during this short time we have known each other, you have made me feel beautiful and helped me understand who I truly am. I just want to finish by saying thank you for always being my person, and I will also miss you so much when I go off to college. You have shown me how important it is to surround myself with teachers that I trust in school. So the message that I would like to leave for the sophomore and freshman class is that high school is a journey that has a great number of ups and downs. Allow yourself to express your emotions, as holding them in is a recipe for disaster. It's good to have friends your own age to talk to, but it is equally, if not more important, to have an adult that you trust. If you haven't already, try to connect with a teacher in the upper school. This is important because you spend more time at school than you do at home. These next few years are going to be the hardest and at times the most funnest years of your life. With that being said, have fun, make memories, and stay true to yourself. To my fellow seniors, this is it. It is our last year together. After May of 2021, we will all be going onto our own unique journeys. This year has been challenging due to the pandemic, and because of the circumstances, we don't get to have a normal collegiate senior experience. But through all of this, we still have each other. So let's spend the next few months making an impact. Thank you all for listening to my speech, and best wishes.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Moore and I use the pronouns she, her, hers. If you were in the upper school last year, you might know me as that one girl with the rolling backpack whom you can hear a mile away. With this image in mind, it should come as no surprise that I did not get my grandpa's all-star sports gene. Although I did not get the sports gene, I do feel as if I inherited my love for the arts. In the 1940s, I believe, is when the love for the arts on my mom's side of the family began, or at least it's the farthest back on the record. My great-grandfather was a singer in his band at Drakesboro High School with his sister, who was also a singer. Fast forward 80 years or so to the other sides of my family, you have my other grandfather, a bass guitarist in his jazz band, poet and author, my grandmother, a painter, my great uncle, a painter and DJ, so you know our parties be the bomb diggity, and my uncle, a digital design artist. With that many people who have a love for the arts, you know they would have some type of influence on me. Even though I have always loved the arts, I would say that I favor one form of art a little more than the rest, and that is film. When I think back, I really think my love for film all started with the movie Save the Last Dance. With the perfect mix of hip hop and ballet, I thought that movie was fire. Not only was the music on point, but the storyline was great too. The storyline carries a lot of weight to any film. Just like how a message can be perceived wrong if a person is not direct with what they are trying to say, without a clear plot focus, the message of a film could get lost. But it definitely was not lost with Save the Last Dance. The main character's determination for wanting to get into Juilliard was clear. Despite her obstacles, she worked endless days working on her technique because that was what she had to do to get into the school. She knew it would help her grow, and if you all are wondering, yes, she did get into Juilliard. Honestly, that would be a really tragic movie if she didn't get in. Not only is the storyline important, but the way the story is written is important too. I am that one person who puts on subtitles to understand and connect with the movie better. By reading the subtitles, you can even tell when an actor is not fully abiding by the script. By reading the subtitles, I've learned that words are important, but it is the way a person says them that really counts. To me, the art of screenwriting is so fascinating, and the way that actors can bring those words to life is awesome. I have to admit that I am also that person who talks during a movie. Sometimes I get complaints that people cannot hear the movie when I speak, but I don't know why. It's not like I'm talking too loud. And sometimes I even rewind to see if the mistake I thought I saw was actually a mistake. What I'm trying to say is that I basically annotate movies. When I'm not talking aloud or checking for mistakes, I find that my love for film influences my day-to-day life. For example, one time instead of writing scene as in I had seen a cat, I wrote scenes, like a scene in which one acts. Or I find myself hearing phrases that I think could be movie titles, like These Streets Have No Mercy, or Welcome to Cincinnati, Kentucky. Even reading books can be challenging because I wonder if the story could be converted into an amazing movie. Now, one of my favorite parts of film is the scoring. My aunt told me that a movie could be a flop without the right music, but with the right music, it could make the movie. Do you really think I would have liked Save the Last Dance as much as I did if it did not have that fire hip hop and on point ballet music? Probably not. I know you probably heard of these questions before, but just think about it. How scared would you actually be watching a horror film if there were no music? Or would you really think the superhero or superhero is really saving the world if there weren't music or sound effects involved? Anyway, enough of me talking about movies and analyzing way too much into everything. Let's get to one of the main reasons I wrote about this topic. Even though I don't have any quotes that I've kept in mind from films I like, I believe film really influences and impacts society. One of the reasons I like film is that it brings people together. According to USA Today, the average American will watch over 5,000 movies in their lifetime, which I think is way too much screen time and we should definitely be reading more books. However, from those 5,000 movies you could potentially watch, I am sure there's at least one person in society who has watched a movie that you have watched. I mean, in the US today, we know people must like films because we have blockbuster movies that make millions of dollars in revenue. And I think that's one thing that proves how we are all more similar than we are different. Yes, we all may have different backgrounds and lifestyles, but we still want to feel included, loved, happy, and free, while still wanting to live out our dreams, wanting to have success, and reaching towards new goals. Each of you are individually you. You may not have the same interests as the person sitting next to you, and that's okay. Just don't let those interests get in the way of you getting to know someone, including someone, learning something new, and overall just becoming more socially aware. Goodbye for now. But as you go back to class, please never forget that we are not actors in a skit. You are your own unique self. Our lives and our opportunities were our ancestors' wildest dreams. So let us create a better future in which the next generation can glean. Thank you.